before. You just spend 2 hours at the doctor's office, and then you leave with a little piece of paper you're supposed to bring to your local pharmacy. So you get there, hopefully it's a Walgreens. You see the drive-thru, and you say to yourself, you know what, I could probably get this in the same time I get a Big Mac at McDonald's. So you get in the drive-thru line, you wait 30 minutes. And right now your blood's starting to boil because you just waited 2 hours at the doctor's office and now 30 minutes at the pharmacy drive-thru. Then you pull up to the window and you hand your prescription to the pharmacist. And he looks at you, he scans it, and says, okay, well, this will be done in a few hours. And you angrily reply, what? A few hours? Can't you just put this in a bottle and give it to me? Well, no, we can't. My friends, I regretfully want to inform you that that is not possible sometimes. Now, I want to give you three, probably out of 100, but three main reasons why we can't just rush the prescription as fast as you would like us to sometimes. To start off, the first point would be the prescription volume versus staffing needs. And RX is going to be interchangeable with the word prescription. And before I go over that, I have to discuss quickly the main process of the main prescription process. So that starts off with prescription entry, and as you can see in the parenthesis, is the person that is able to do the task. It can be either the pharmacist or the technician, or some tasks are just for the pharmacist, as you can see in the parenthesis here. So it starts off with prescription entry, which you take that paper that you get from the doctor's office, which can also be faxed, can be written, electronically sent, or even verbally given to you. And it has to have every one of these characteristics on there. And this is what I feel like usually after a day of working, but this is not a real prescription. But it has to have the name, the address, the date of birth, doctor, signature, name of the drug, strength of the drug, directions, and quantity. If it's missing any of those things, I won't be able to fill it for you until I talk to them. After it's given to us, it's then reviewed by the pharmacist only, which we can review, and then it's screened for specific issues, which will be my next point I'll get to shortly. The third step is the filling, in which you guys are familiar. That's when we put the pills in the bottle. And then after that, there's the final check to make sure everything's correct. And at the end, we sell it to the customer, or what we like to call the patient. And then outside of the main process, there's other stuff going on too. The nonstop phone calls coming in, the random consultations we get for people coming up to the window. Some of my favorites is, hey, I just got this bike. Can you tell me what it is and what I can take for it? Another one, oh, I heard yesterday on Dr. Oz, there's this pill. It's like a magic pill that helps you lose 10 pounds. You know what it is? And then my favorite, I found these little white pills the other day. Can you tell me what they're used for? Okay, sure. There's also maintenance of the pharmacy going on, and at the same time, something fairly new, immunizations, in which pharmacists are required to give out shots now. So flu shots, shingles, pneumonia, Tdap, meningitis, hepatitis, chickenpox, etc., etc. You want it, we can do it. And I've probably given out 1,000 shots in my entire life. So I mentioned before during the review process, sometimes issues will come up, and that leads me to my next. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Let me go back real quick. So this is what a typical day looks like. We open at 9, and usually by 10 a.m. there's about 50 prescriptions waiting. There's usually one pharmacist and one technician dealing with everything. 10 people in line, 3 cars in drive-thru, phones ringing, someone's at the consultation window asking a question. And on average, we do 37.5 prescriptions done per hour, which that means one prescription every 1.6 minutes. To go to my next point, during the review process, there's these things called adverse drug reactions, and what those are defined as an injury caused by taking a medication. Following a single dose or prolonged administration of a drug, or the result of a combination of 2 or more drugs, and that's what I look out for, drug-drug interactions. So sometimes they're very serious, a lot of times they're not, but when they are, then I have to intervene. A doctor has to be called to either change the medication or to obtain further counseling on what to do for the patient. Now, and why this is important, and these statistics are actually kind of old. This was taken in 2000, but the one I would like you guys to look at is there's over 100,000 deaths yearly caused by these drug-drug interactions. 4th leading cause of death, as you can see. That's what makes these important. That's why we can't just rush through the prescription sometimes. Now, after all those interactions are done with and everything looks good, we have to process it through your insurance. lot of times there's going to be problems, the drug's not going to be covered. And here's a typical conversation of how it goes when a customer comes in. Do you have insurance? Yes. Can I see your insurance card? Okay, hand it over, look it over. I'm sorry, this is actually your medical card. Do you have your prescription card? No. They're usually say, well, no, this is all they sent me. Well, I'm sorry, I actually can't use this card to process your prescription. And then I get something like, well, you know, CVS didn't have this problem. Why can't you do it? Well, most likely they went head over heels for you and found the information. It probably took them about 10 or 15 minutes to do that. And I can do that, but as you can tell on a previous slide, I have 1.6 minutes to finish your prescription. So just for you guys to look, this is actually what a prescription card will look like. And as you can notice, the little arrow there, it has the RX. And that's what you're really looking for on a prescription, is the RX. If it doesn't have that, most likely, I'm not going to be able to use it. So just to summarize, please be understanding the next time you go into a pharmacy. We have a ridiculous workload, usually not enough help. There's drug interactions we have to screen for, make sure you're getting your medication safely. I would love to dispense it in a timely manner. Sometimes I can, but a lot of times we can't. And then in the end, there's also insurance problems. So the next time you go into a pharmacy, hopefully I have instilled in you a little bit of sympathy for the pharmacy and the day-to-day operations of retail pharmacy. Thank you.